welcome back to another Manga Monday video. And if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome, come on in, sit down. My name is Zoe and this is my channel Mizz Manga, where I talk a lot about manga. And today I'm going to talk about some spring manga recommendations because spring is just around the corner. And when it comes to springtime and manga reads that I would recommend, I always think of coming of age stories and new beginnings or fresh starts. So those will be a lot of the themes of this bunch of manga that I recommend. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy. Let's go. First up, I want to talk about this one because I totally recommend it. However, I have already talked about it at length in another video talking about my favorite completed reads of 2022, so I'll link that below. But I still have to mention it in this one in case you didn't see that one, and that is Blue Flag. I absolutely had such amazing time reading this one, and it's a great coming of age story with some LGBTQ representation, which is lovely. And this is about an unexpected love quadrangle with a dash of unrequited love as two classmates, a boy and a girl, begin to fall for each other when each of their best friends has already fallen for them. So it's a little messy, but it's like really endearing and wholesome at the same time. So don't think toxic messy, just regular teenage drama. And yeah, so it's super cute. If you want to hear me gush more about it, go watch that video because I love this one so much. Moving right along, my next pick is After the Rain. Gives you all the rain, spring, fresh start vibes, coming of age story, and new beginnings for both of the characters, young and old. And it's just a really good, short, easy, slice of life-ish read. This story is about Akira Tachibana, who is 17 years old, and Akira is kind of awkward when it comes to expressing her feelings, and she has developed secret feelings for her manager at the family restaurant where she works, Masami Kondo, and he happens to be 45 years old. So this story is all about a crossroads of adolescence and turning points in one's life, and although it is predicated on a young girl falling for a much older man, Kondo never crosses any lines, so don't worry about that. He does support her, and she does kind of want to like go on a date. And I do think that Akira falling for Kondo really helps both of them grow and develop and kind of restart their lives and give their lives another chance, which I just think is beautiful, like, and heartwarming. So yeah. Third on my list is another short, quick read, even shorter and quicker than the other two, and that is Our Dreams at Dusk, Shimanami Tasagore. I'm terrible at Japanese words, I'm so sorry. But that's its full title, so I had to say it. But anyway, Our Dreams at Dusk is about a new-to-town high school student named Tasuku Kaname. And not only is he anxious about being the new kid at school, he is also very anxious about being outed as gay. And just as he is thinking the unthinkable, so, you know, a little bit of that warning, it's only in the beginning, Tasuku meets a mysterious person who leads him to a group of people who are dealing with problems not so different than his own. And this is just a wonderful story of a group of people, heartfelt depiction of an array of LGBTQ plus characters from different backgrounds finding their place in the world. And it just, when I read it, it just made me happy, sad, all the motions, like all the feels, and definitely it gives you a hopeful feeling, a feeling of belonging, but also like a realistic look at hardships that can be faced by the community at large, and how different hardships impact different members of the community, that not everyone experiences or feels the same way about things or about themselves, and internalizes things differently, as we all do. So it's just a great look at a group of people who all are dealing with similar issues, but they're all distinctly different. And I think that's beautiful, finding kind of a found family and a community, and getting support through that is great. If that's up your alley, I definitely recommend this one. I might have mentioned this one before in a recent haul video, but I seriously needed to add this to a recommendation list at some point, and what better time than right now? Our Not So Lonely Planet travel guide is just good. It's so good. As a lover of travel, and a lover of BL, this just ticks both the boxes for me, and it really just gives you that fresh start, new beginning, seeing new things, experiencing new things feel, and I absolutely love it. Do I wish, volumes would come out faster? Sure, but that's my only complaint. The art is so nice, and these boys are so cute. Anyway, the story itself is about the super serious Asahi Suzumura and the laid-back and easygoing Mitsuki Sayama. And they might seem like an odd couple, but they have made a deal. They'll vacation around the world together, and when they get back to Japan, they'll get married. Just a beautiful premise. I love it already. And as they travel from country to country, they meet different people, they experience different cultures, they eat different cuisine, and the encounters bring them closer and closer together. And they're not just learning about the world, but about themselves too. And yeah, I mean, we all love travel or just experience it vicariously through them, and you can't get on a plane and go there, then I definitely recommend this one. And if you just want a sweet, wholesome BL, I also just recommend this one. There's more to their story, of course, and every volume makes me care more and more about these boys, and yeah, I just can't I can't express how much I love them, so definitely pick this one up. Next series is another complete one, and one I also mentioned in the haul because I just recently got the rest of the volumes, and that is Blank Canvas, My So-Called Artist Journey. And this is a autobiographical memoir style manga by Akiko Higashimura, and it's retelling her high school dream to become a comic book creator. So yeah, she has these huge dreams and aspirations, but before she can reach them, she actually needs to get better at drawing. Looking for an easy fix, she signs up for art classes, thinking all her problems will soon be solved. However, she's in for a surprise because her instructor is a bamboo sword wielding taskmaster who doesn't care about manga one bit. And it's really charming and funny, and even though this unconventional art teacher is very strict and unyielding, he might just be what she needs to realize her dreams. And of course, I think this is a tribute to him because she did realize her dreams, and even though they start off rocky, their relationship really does deepen. He became a valuable part of her life, which is so sweet. So yeah, this is like the coming of age story without the romance. It's the coming into your own. It's the realization of dreams. It's spring vibes in a nutshell. And if you're artistic in any way, or you have big dreams, or you're just looking for a solid, engaging slice of life story, then I definitely recommend this short series. It's really, really good. Next up, we have A White Rose in Bloom, and this is a Yuri title about two students, and it follows Ruby, a student at an elite European boarding school. Things are going pretty well for her at first, but then she finds out she won't be able to go home for Christmas. Instead, she'll be stuck at school with only one other student, the aloof and beautiful Steph. Ruby tries to understand Steph and in the process becomes more and more attracted to her. But can she break through Steph's icy exterior? Oh my god. The only complaint I have about the series is the volumes come out too damn slow. I need more. I'm loving seeing the progression of their relationship. Obviously, I like the kind of like aloof, icy character, and then the character that wants to break down those walls. It is like a recipe for success in my book when it comes to romance. So yeah, this is definitely a coming of age love story between two girls. And if you don't mind waiting eons for the next volume, I definitely think you should pick it up. However, if you want to wait until more volumes have been released, then maybe you'd rather pick up Classmates by the same mangaka. So Classmates is also, it's kind of similar, where there are two boys, Hikaru and Rihito, and Hikaru always thought Rihito was kind of a snob until he stumbles upon him secretly practicing a song in an empty classroom, and Hikaru agrees to help Rihito as a music tutor, and so they grow closer together. It is so cute, and of course we also have the aloof one and the more wanting to break down his walls character, and this is a BL, so yeah. Whether you pick up the Yuri or the BL, they're both great. I love the art. It's different and unique. It might not be for everybody, but I really love it. And both of these stories are just really, really great. All right, next up we have Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. This one, oh my gosh. So I first watched the anime for this one, which I also totally recommend. The anime is great. One of my favorite OPs. If I can, maybe I'll include like a little snippet of it. Anyway, this series is about teenagers who are beginning to think about the sex word. And yeah, this series follows 5 girls and their 5 moving, funny, and mortifying journeys to find the answers they seek when it comes to sex. Sorry I have to say it like that because of YouTube, but I don't want any problems. So join in on their bittersweet and a little bit spicy journey from girlhood to whatever comes next. That's right off the summary. This is just also kind of spring, you know, mating season for the birds and the bees, as you will. And it made me think about the series. It's also a coming of age for these 5 girls in the different ways they approach the question of sex and the different ways that they kind of find their answers. Even like nobody's like questions and approach are exactly the same for a variety of reasons, and I think that's really explored through this series. And I think all the girls are really interesting, endearing, and well characterized. They're all unique and for the most part likable. They can have their moments, but they do stick by each other, and it's also about friendship and girlhood, you know. Obviously I read this and I watched it not as a teen, and I related to some of the girls more than other girls perhaps, but I think there's like something for everyone in that regard. And so I definitely think it's worth checking out. So the last series I want to talk about is another complete one, and one that is near and dear to my heart, and that is A Silent Voice. This one I actually read online, and then was probably one of the first manga that I ever read online. And then when I saw it was announced to be published, I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy. It is a really good story about coming of age and making mistakes and growing. And yeah, I think I think everyone should read it. This should be like recommended reading to me. Same with Blue Flag, recommended reading for everybody. Anyway, this story. So, in elementary school, Shoya Ishida is leading his peers in tormenting a classmate who can't hear, Shoko Nishimiya. And when Shoko transfers schools, Shoya finds himself going from bully to bullied, and he's left completely alone. 6 years later, Shoya struggles to redeem himself in Shoko's eyes and to face the classmates who turned on him. I think it tackles a lot of big issues and very real problems that we face, a lot of us, whether we're on the side of the bully or the bullied, whether we deal with depression, anxiety, and it really explores some big topics. There is some this, so just be warned about that. It's really hard to put into words, but I just think this is a worthwhile read for anybody, and I'm really passionate about that because I just think it's a really, really well-rounded and important story. Tackles a lot of important issues and feelings, and yeah, so definitely, if you haven't already read it, what are you waiting for? Pick it up. Lastly, I have 2 one-shots that I recommend that give me those spring vibes and are also movies. So if you rather check out the movies, they're both really good movies too. So whichever you want to go with. But either way, I think you should check out I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Weirdest title, but my god, what a heartfelt, like ripping out my chest story. A bittersweet romance, it says in the back, and it does not lie. This will give you all the feels. If it doesn't make you feel something, then I don't know what to tell you. I sobbed like a baby at the end of this one, so just, yeah. I do cry easily, but still. This is a deeply moving story about an introverted high school boy who finds his classmate's diary and learns her biggest secret. Yamauchi Sakura is dying from a pancreatic disease, and now he is the only person outside her family to know the truth. So as you can see, it's a really heavy topic we're dealing with. And yeah, so the last thing this boy wants is to be her friend, but Sakura's cheerful demeanor and their shared secret draw them closer together in this heartrending tale of friendship and mortality. It's so fitting with spring and the cherry blossoms. As much as spring is about rebirth and renewal, it's also about the eventual withering and death of the beautiful flowers that bloom. Everything is cyclical, and this story is definitely embodying that message. It is definitely not a read to go in if you want something cheerful and happy this spring, but if you like more deeper, emotional, and touching sad stories, then definitely give it a read or a watch. It's so beautiful. It's so worth it, I think. Yeah. Will it be a while until I read it again? For sure. But I will read it again because it's that beautiful. And last but certainly not least, I would recommend this one shot. Wolf Children. There's also the anime, of course. This is a thick one-shot, so I get it if you would rather pick up the anime and just sit down and relax and watch that. It's, again, gorgeous animation, totally worth a watch. But this manga just hit me different than the anime did. I don't know why, but I was bawling reading this, and I didn't have that same emotional impact while watching the movie. Could have just been the day I was watching it, who knows. But this manga made me just so emotional. Anyway, I love how I keep starting things off like that. It's like, makes you really want to read it, huh? So this story is about Hana, who falls in love, and the last thing she expects is that he is part wolf. Instead of rejecting her lover upon learning his secret, she accepts him with open arms. Soon the couple is expecting their first child, and a cozy picture of family life unfolds. But after what seems like a moment of bliss to Hana, the father of her children is tragically taken away from her. Life as a single mother is hard in any situation, but when your children walk a fine line between man and beast, the rules of parenting all but go out the window. With no one to turn to, how will Hana survive? So yeah, again, heartbreakingly bittersweet story. I absolutely love it. Hana is such a strong woman and mother. And I really, really love the relationship she has with both of her children. They are both completely unique and different children, and it really just shows how you have to adapt and learn to adjust to each one's needs. And Hana goes through that arc during this story and learns to accept, love, and even let go in certain situations. And it's just a really heartfelt family story at the heart of it, and also a coming of age growing up story for the two young children. While it is sad, it's also full of hope and love and beauty. So yeah, I think this is totally also worth picking up, obviously. And with that, it concludes my springtime manga recommendations. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my spring-themed manga recommendations, and let me know in the comments if any of these are ones you've read, especially if they're ones you've read and loved. Knowing someone else loves the manga or feels like it fits the theme makes me happy. So yeah, let me know. And of course, if you like this video, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and join Mizz Manga as she talks about manga. Duh. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. It means so much to me. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!